day 2 of shadow work. Took 2 days off because of long work days and not feeling well. And it does feel nice that I don't have the pressure to completely comply with the made-up schedule of doing it every day, because it's not for clients, at least right now. Right now I'm just able to let it be for me and let it work for me the way I need it to work. And it feels really nice to focus on something that is for me, especially right now. I mean, when I think about it, I'll probably release this as a program, but I'm not thinking about the strategy. I'm not thinking about what's coming. I'm not thinking about how I'm saying things in the schedule and what it's going to do for everyone. I'm just kind of taking it day by day for myself and what I need that day, and just am kind of embracing whatever this is for myself and letting it just be for me in this moment, which is probably a lesson I needed all along. Focusing on something and working towards something that's just for me. It doesn't need to be an external achievement or a paycheck or something for someone else. It's also currently about, what time is it? 6:16 a.m. I have been awake since about 3:30, maybe a little bit before then. Bruce woke me up and I haven't been able to get back to sleep, though everyone else is sleeping, and I thought this would be the perfect time to channel, being that the whole house is quiet and you won't have the noise of the house and the birds and possibly my children walking in. So I'll get one more drink of my matcha and we'll go. You are doing so well, my dear. You have embraced this, I don't want to say project because of your history, but you have embraced this passion, this focus with the exact intention we have wanted for you and intended for you. And it's with this intention that will allow the ease to start flowing in. Do you feel how easy this is? Do you feel the lack of pressure? The lack of pressure and the lack of expectations, and just going with the flow and just enjoying the moment. Just because you like it, just because you want it. Feel the freedom and the openness in which you have created for yourself. Do you see how with the lack of expectations, with the free-flowing openness and permission slip to show up when it works for you, the permission slip to not have an end goal or an end date or a schedule. Do you see how that frees up so many more possibilities for you while allowing you to step into the energy of ease and comfort and alignment? Today we are going to talk about alignment. Alignment. What is in alignment with you? Alignment can mean being beads on the same string, strung along one after another. They belong together. They were made to be together. And perhaps the beads are different colors, but they fit the design that was created for you, that is you, perfectly. And when things aren't in alignment with you, it is like picking up a bead from someone else's string and trying to fit it onto yours when yours was already full to begin with. You didn't need to take something from someone else. You didn't need to add to your string. But oftentimes, you do not see this. Many people within your system do not see this. You all take beads that are not quite your own, and you try to fit it within your string. You try to make it work. But that is not your bead. It was not made for your string. It was not made for your life, for your energy. And so it is out of alignment. No matter what you do, it will not fit on your string the way you want it to. Maybe it's off center. Maybe it throws off the balance. Maybe it's a different texture that doesn't match the design that you already are. And you try because you think that is the one thing you need. You think you need that thing. You think it belongs with you. Other people tell you you need that bead. Other people tell you that's the path you need to go on. That's the choice you need to make. But whatever you do, however you try to manipulate it, however you try to fit it within your string, it never quite works. And the outcome is never as you intended. Sure, in some cases it might have a subtle similarity to the outcome you intended, but it will never perspire to the potential that could be yours if you only focused and pulled in the beads that are yours, that truly are in alignment with you. And yes, it can be really confusing. We acknowledge this. To know if that thing, if the bead really is yours or not. And so sometimes experimenting is necessary. Giving yourself time to reflect and study either yourself, your wants, your needs, your expectations, everyone else's. To study the thing you are trying to bring in, the bead. Perhaps you need to study it for a while or sit with it for a while. And maybe with trial and error, try to put it on your string. That is okay. There is nothing wrong with trying new things. The key is to know when to call it. When to say, that is not in alignment with me now. Or maybe that was never in alignment with me. Or that is no longer in alignment with me. And granting yourself the permission and then doing so of removing what is no longer or never was in alignment. And granting yourself compassion for allowing that thing to be let go. It is not a failure to try and release. It is not a failure to let something go. Because when you let something go, you always return back to a more pure form of you. And it may be painful to get there. It may be confusing. You may have uncomfortable emotions come up. That is the human experience, and that is okay. There is nothing wrong with that. Be generous with yourself. Things don't have to be as hard as you make them. If you know you need to let go of something, it will be much harder on you if you are stewing on it, if you are allowing the thing to sit, knowing you need to release it, but you're not quite ready, knowing it needs to go, worrying about it for weeks or months or years before you're actually ready to let it go, before you actually let it go. Think of all the minutes and hours and days you spent ruminating on the dread of letting something go. Just in that holding period of knowing it needs to go, but not actually letting it go. Imagine the grace in which you will give yourself, knowing the sooner you let it go, the less worry and restriction and confliction you will have in your body. And in turn, that will invite peace and alignment back into your system. The difference is great. Letting go now or waiting. Every day it will have an impact on you, because every day something that isn't in alignment is within your current daily life. It will agitate all the other things on your string. It vibrates at a different frequency, unsettling everything else around it because it doesn't belong. It bleats like a goat into the air, unsettling everything else around it. Because it's screaming, I don't belong here. It doesn't belong here. And there's nothing wrong with that. It just needs to be moved off of your string. What is in alignment with you and what isn't? This could be as simple as your food choices, or as complicated as jobs, or people you allow in your life, people you love, people who've hurt you. They are all beads on your string, and they all make up who you are. If you want to claim this easeful energy in which we described earlier, you must ensure that all your beads, all your pieces are in alignment right now. And remember, this could take editing. It is not something that you will do only once in your lifetime, but is something you will need to address again and again, because you are an evolutionary creature and you were made to change. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to let go of something that used to work for you and no longer does. You are allowed to change, and you are allowed to make new choices in order to call in a better life.